Namaste, our dear friends. You are with Ala and Oli on Spirit of Jatayu, and today I wanted to talk to you about Easter. Easter is approaching, almost here, and we are all, most of us, excited. And I wanted to share with you my thoughts on this holiday. So, for me personally, this holiday was actually not as happy as for many of you guys, and here is why. The church celebrating the resurrection of Jesus. And that's the main focus of this holiday. Jesus was crucified by Romans, and on the third day, his spirit resurrected back to heaven. And I think the body was taken as well, because no one could find his body after that. So this is what church celebrates: resurrection of the greatest teacher that came to us to teach us spirituality. I looked at him as my brother. I looked at him as my greatest teacher, and I looked at his teaching as the guidelines to what my life need to be. And there's a lot of speculation about the information on how Jesus became the teacher, the greatest teacher. I actually read in the different books that I found that as a young fellow, Jesus went to Egypt to learn mysticism, to learn theosophy, and to learn Kabbalah as well. And also he went to India to learn Hinduism and to learn Buddhism as well. So he, according to the other sources, he was actually working really hard to get to the point where he was when he came back to his land home and start teaching. And the sad story to me, anyhow, was that people's ego at that time win over the knowledge. People started to afraid that Jesus can layer off the masks and show people what kind of darkness they possess in their soul. And instead of taking the teaching and following, people decided that no, we look too bad when he is nearby, and we don't look that good. What we are preaching and what we are selling looks nothing compared to his greatest knowledge. And what he was sharing with us became a threat to those who were ruling at that time. And for that reason, he was crucified. And people at that time, they made a clear decision that that's what they want to do with the greatest teacher. Instead of fighting their own demons inside and becoming a better person, they decided to destroy their teacher. They decided to crucify him, and this is the saddest part, to realize that that's what people did. Also, I have to tell you that the history tells me that he is not the only one who became a victim And it's really sad, like if you read enough, because the information I'm telling you is open to public, it's not a secret. If you read the story of Krishna, Krishna was killed as well, accidentally by a hunter while Krishna was meditating in the forest. Same thing happened to Gautama Buddha when his best friend and his first student, that they went through so many things together, decided to poison him because he cannot be taken a second place. He needed to be first. The jealousy. And there are other examples as well, but I don't want to go over them. I just wanted to bring the point that what we do is not good. Instead of taking a teaching as it is and using to improve our environment, to improve our life, we do terrible things. Because the history, if you look what happened after Jesus' death, people did not become any better. In fact, it's actually went way worse, with the church creating a new religion and a new approach, and actually making people against their will to become a member of that church. And you know that, and I don't have to tell you all this, because again, it's the known facts. A lot of people die in the process of development of Christianity, and it's just not what Jesus was teaching, but yet we decided that no, we gonna go this way. So when our greatest teacher died, we went into the darkest ages, and I think we are still in that, because not a lot of people today even believe in spirituality. It's very concrete, it's very physical, it's very prove it to me, and it builds our life around that concrete understanding, because it's a view on, okay, in this environment, this is how I'm going to be, and people don't even give a chance to themselves to understand that we are all here fighting our demons, and if you cannot win, then you are just entering the deepest darkness of your existence. And that's why this particular holiday is very sad for me, because even if someone would educate himself enough to understand the knowledge and will bring it to you today, he will be ridiculed and he will be called crazy and people will dismiss him. Or if it's become more dangerous to the structure of the world, he will be destroyed probably. And that's very sad. That's very sad that we at this point are not realizing that our ways of living is not beneficial to anyone, not to us, not to anyone around us. And for us to ignore the knowledge and focus on something completely opposite, it just it's a proof to me that we are in the darkest place, in the darkest time, in the darkest, ages of our existence. And so Easter, we are not, even the name of that holiday, Easter, is something that has nothing to do with Jesus' resurrection. It's actually the celebration of a goddess, Ishtar or Ishtar, or she has actually many names. The pronunciation, I guess, different in the different cultures, but it's a goddess of spring, it's a goddess of new beginning, it's a goddess of fertility, and that's the holidays, the ancient holidays, very, very old holiday to celebrate the new beginning, the new year. And and yeah, it's the spring equinox as well, and that's the happy part of this event. That's the happy celebration that probably before Jesus came to us, people were celebrating that. It was only the Easter, the goddess of spring and fertility. So it's only later in the years, I think it's started in Germany, where we decided that we're going to bring the bunny and the eggs into it. And why? It's kind of hard to explain, really. I think because the bunny has ability to reproduce, I guess, I don't know, fast. And eggs, I still cannot find the explanation why eggs in there. So bunny brings eggs. It's almost like bunny plays the role of Santa for Christmas, when bunny brings sweets and candies and eggs and toys. And we are celebrating the beginning of the year. Actually, that's the beginning of the year when the planet awakens, and that goddess, Easter or Ishtar, probably more correct to say Ishtar, that's what I think, is the it's almost like the appearance of her you can see in the tree buds, you can see in the warm wind, you can see it in light rain, and in a blossom, in a spring blossom, and yet we have very scant knowledge about that goddess. We have no idea how it's originated and what she is really. But it's quite important, I think, to educate ourselves and see what we can find about that character, because it is quite important to see the difference between this ancient holidays, Easter, and the resurrection of the Jesus, because it's not very happy. I mean, I'm glad that Jesus was resurrected and was taken back home, but what's attached to it, the vibration that attached to it, that people destroyed their teacher, like fully conscious decision to destroy someone who brought nothing but knowledge, nothing but goodness and love. Oh, yeah. So I wish that we can see that those two events, in my opinion, are so different that one can be taken in one aspect and not into celebration in a happy way, but into reflecting of what I am doing right now, where I am right now, and what my soul is witnessing in my mind. What is that I do to become a one who brings light? If we don't do this, I think we're gonna just destroy the next teacher that will come, and we will learn nothing. So instead of just celebrating and searching for Easter eggs, I think we need to sit down quietly, either in meditation or in a prayer, and be grateful for the teaching that's still available and we still can practice. Not just know, oh yeah, there was a guy, but no, he did so much good for us, and why don't I practice what he offered and see if my planet, my world, and my home will become a better place. And then celebrate the beginning of the spring as a separate event that actually happened probably at the same time, unfortunately, but it's a different event. It's actually very happy in spirit, very happy in time and in the process, because it's the new life, new affirmation, new beginning. So I think if we would teach our kids, because if you, I can assure you that most of the kids associate Easter with bunny and eggs and eggs hunting. That's all they know. But if you sit down and explain to your kids what we did to the greatest teacher known to us, and reflect and remind and teach your children that if we try to do at least a little bit of what he offered, then it's going to be such a better place, such a better planet, and safer planet for us, because if you are connected to this world, then you see that it's going mad. And I'm very sad about this fact. But yeah, so I'm gonna tell you happy Ishtar and happy spring, and that's all I'm gonna wish. And I'm gonna tell you that me personally, I will remember our great teacher on this day, and will reflect on my own actions, and will see what kind of demons I still need to fight and practice. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I wish you all the best. Namaste.